Hey girls, Maria Menounos here, author of the Every Girl's Guide to Life. Want to know my best tips and secrets for organization, travel, weight loss, beauty, fashion, and everything else in between? Go to bing.com/Maria and pick up my new book, The Every Girl's Guide to Life.
You're listening to the AfterBuzz TV Network, now the largest new media platform on the web and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Keith Johnson.
From the AfterBuzz Studios in Los Angeles, California, this is AfterBuzz TV for Nurse Jackie. Tonight's host is DJ Jesse Janity. Joining Jesse will be AfterBuzz co-host Erin LaRosa. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest Nurse Jackie news and gossip. If you'd like to buzz in on tonight's show, you can buzz us at 424-256-1729. That's 424-256-1729. And now, picking up where the show leaves off and the buzz continues, DJ Jesse Janity.
Yo, what up, AfterBuzzers? It's your boy DJ Jesse Janity, and I'm here with my dear friend David.
Hey, y'all.
Erin, unfortunately, is being a stupid bitch. She didn't come here.
She's teaching
Just
tonight.
kidding.
She's
Just
a teacher.
She's being...
Oh my god.
Whoa,
Let me
hey.
turn that off.
David wants to watch TV while we're in the middle of doing
Clearly,
that.
I'm so interested. I'm just going to turn the news on.
Right? So,
Sorry.
yes. A few announcements before we get started.
Yes.
Number one.
Uh-huh.
June 2nd and June 3rd, we will be live from the MTV Movie Award gift suites.
What?
Yes, AfterBuzz TV will be doing a week's worth of shows Thursday and Friday from 12 to 6 at the gift suites.
That is insane.
Yes, it is going to be live. Maria Menounos will be there, Kevin Undergaro, who are the head of the AfterBuzz here, and many, many more celebrities will be there as well. So definitely check that out. Also, make sure you guys check out the Every Girl's Guide to Life. I know, David, you were checking it out
Always.
before we started.
Always looking through.
Got a little giggle.
I'm getting tips, avoiding vampires.
Is that your tip for today? Was
Avoid vampires.
I mean,
Not just real ones. Like,
there are real ones.
there are real ones, not just like, the Twilight vampires,
No.
but
Money suckers.
money suckers, life suckers, energy suckers.
Yes, energy vampires
Yeah.
are the worst. And we actually have a couple energy vampires in the show, Nurse Jackie, as a matter
We
of
do.
fact.
Good segue.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Which tonight was titled The Astonishing. And we started out with Christina, the Astonishing, who was played by Gracie, Jackie's daughter, who's been obsessed with the Saints, and now we see why she's been obsessed with the Saints.
It all makes sense now.
Now, I don't believe they go to a Christian...
I think she does. I think
They
she
do?
does go to like a Christian school or like a Catholic school at least. I mean, why else would they be having like a saint pageant?
I mean, I was going to be like, this is a really intense school play. Kids, everyone
would
be
be
really serious. I wanted to do Annie this year.
The worst school
No,
play ever.
we're doing Christina the Astonishing.
No, everyone was doing their own saint, and she chose Christina the Astonishing.
So yeah, she was who was from Belgium.
And she had epilepsy, as we
yes.
found out.
As she shakes her hands.
She's rehearsing her lines, and she needs a movement for every line. Oh, children.
While Jackie's trying to sew her together.
Sew her into her dress, just like Marilyn Monroe.
Is that a little AfterBuzz exclusive?
Yeah, it is. It is, of course.
Jeez. So, Christina Gracie is...
Christina
Aguilera.
Christina Aguilera's on the show now, just in case you were wondering. She plays Gracie.
Yes, but who's playing Christina?
Who's playing Christina the Astonishing?
she's worried about her lines, and for some reason she's really jumbled in the head. She's going through some
She's
things.
super frazzled.
And we don't, I mean, what disorder does, see, we don't have our dear girl Emily this week.
Aaron,
why not? I'm so obsessed with the name Emily.
I don't know why.
Me either.
That's so
It's because
funny.
I do the real world and I do it with Emily. And I have so many Emmys.
That
I
is
just
so
deal with.
fucking.
So-
Excuse me.
Whoa. So Aaron usually, is our nurse Jackie.
It's our expert.
And I know Gracie has some sort of disorder in which.
There's something going on. I think it's like a little touch of OCD.
Yeah.
It would have to be.
Well, and then the
on
other
top
thing
of her
is,
neuroses or whatever she has.
because she has a lot of things.
Yeah, she definitely is.
She has a
plagued.
lot of anger towards her mother.
Yeah.
But then when her father came in and made a comment, and she had a smile on her face.
Made a joke.
Yeah.
Said she looked astonishing.
And her mother went
little
the
pun.
extra mile and made her some wings.
Right. And she freaks out about how she's not an angel. She's a saint, and saints don't have wings. And if she had wings, it wouldn't be a miracle that she floated up to the rafters after she died.
Duh, Mom. Duh.
Duh, Mom. Dead people don't just have wings. They just float, clearly.
I mean, I would have been upset with Jackie, too. I mean, who really tinfoil wings? Oh, Mom.
Tinfoil wings. I mean, come on.
Come
But
on.
she did a good job with the costume.
No, the costume
itself.
very nice. Just the wings.
You want feathers? You want wing realness?
Yes, I want feathers growing out of Christina's back. I mean, that's a little more realistic than tinfoil. But okay. So Jackie's getting frustrated as well through this scene.
Because Gracie won't stop moving while she's rehearsing her lines.
Which kind of sets the tone for Jackie through this episode. For some reason, Jackie is really on edge. Which is kind of odd because at the beginning of the episode, she snorts her pill.
Yeah. Well, she goes to see that guy, her drug dealer,
Yes.
and asks him for pills, I guess, or whatever she asks.
A
She
hug.
asks him for a hug, but
Which
we all know where that leads. To forking.
I
just
guess
kidding.
Cooper was trying to
I'm
get to
just
that
kidding.
too today.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, there was a lot of hugs this episode.
There were.
Everyone wanted a hug. Everyone needed to be consoled. But she goes to him, and he is leaving town. He's going to Miami or something,
Yes.
and is out of pills.
Sorry.
Sorry, I'm all out of pills. And tells her to come back later.
And
Come to her house. Come to his house.
which by a gargoyle or
Yeah, he says this is a deco house with the gargoyles on top.
Yeah, so Jackie was a little on edge there.
Because she was out of pills. She only had one left.
Sorry.
She's freaking out. I mean,
where's
she
your
works in a hospital.
patches?
I know. Where were they?
And that's what I was saying. You work at a hospital, like, really?
Really?
Well, you could have.
You could have found something.
Could've found
But also, like, the patches that we saw last week, they didn't show up at all.
Right. They didn't even touch upon that.
No. Which was very weird because she was taking her pills again, and last week she took the patches instead of the pills.
Right.
I don't know,
Well,
it's weird.
We did see, I mean, I'm going to jump a little ahead. We do
Yeah.
see that the patches do come into play next week.
Yes. Yeah,
But,
yeah.
you know,
We'll get back to that.
We'll be back after this message.
We'll get back to that.
So yeah, I don't really know why she was bugging out. Well, I guess also because she was getting them from Eddie, and Eddie's in charge of the pills now, and she doesn't fully feel comfortable with that whole. David, stop touching the equipment.
Sorry.
David can't
I'll get
keep his hands
close to
from
it.
turning TVs on. and
I know, I'm a
everything.
mess. What's going on with me? The electronics are taking over my life.
He's
It's
playing-
the rapture, I swear.
He's literally playing Game Boy right now.
Game Boy. Yes, I love Game Boy.
So DSL or whatever it is.
DSL.
What is that new thing that the kids are playing these days?
PSP.
Please? There's a D one.
I don't know.
That's a
The Nintendo DS.
Yes, just the
Yes.
DS. I don't know where the L came
Yeah.
from the internet. Okay, so anyways,
It all came from the internet. The
Back on
internet
track.
gave birth to all these gaming systems.
to a landline. So Zoe, we see Zoe throughout this episode, which she always just brings a smile to my face.
Oh, she's so cute.
Just her little, I don't want to say stupidity, but
It's her innocence.
yeah, her innocence.
That's a better word.
She just wants a friend. That's all she wants.
Or does she?
That's what I thought she wanted.
I know. Very sneaky.
Very.
Very
So
sneaky.
she asked Dr. O'Hara and Jackie out to lunch with a $50 gift certificate.
She's like, you should come to lunch with me, Dr. O'Hara. Dr. O'Hara's like, just me. And she's like, no, Jackie too. It's $50.
Like, what does that mean?
I have no idea.
Everyone is
$50 can get you a lot of food at an Indian restaurant, apparently.
Yeah, I mean, that's very specific to be.
Yeah.
To be, you know, I think she could have invited 2 more people.
Unless they got drinks.
Well,
You could each get like an iced tea, a Thai iced tea each, and some noodles. That's not Indian food at all. That's Thai food. I'm losing my mind.
it's okay.
They drink Thai food and Thai iced tea in India too.
Yeah, I'm sure they do.
They're all right next to each other.
Well, for today,
They're not. I know they're
today,
not.
today they are.
Today they do. It's a fusion restaurant, people.
It's okay.
Come on.
So, and it's funny because, so she asked him out to lunch, and it seemed like O'Hara was a little annoyed by it and didn't really want to unless Jackie was gonna. And Jackie realized, you know what? Why not? It's a nice gesture. Let's do it. Oh, sure. We think it's a nice gesture
Until we get to lunch.
we get to lunch, and all of a sudden, Zoe pulls out a pad of paper and starts interviewing O'Hara and Jackie. What was the first question she had asked?
She asked her what her relationship, how she would categorize her relationship with Jackie.
And as they find out what she's writing about, which is her new blog.
I love her blog.
Yes.
I would read it. I feel like it'd be so entertaining.
Oh, it's absolutely.
Especially with the title of the new post, Doctors and Nurses No Longer Cats and Dogs. What does that even mean? Like, it doesn't even make sense. I love it. I love it.
Doesn't make sense. And so she says, you know what, guys? Like, don't worry about it. Everything's totally
It's okay.
confidential.
It's anonymous. I changed your names.
To
Lady Penelope and Taffy. Which it looked like she made those names up on the spot.
Right.
She was like Lady Penelope and Taffy.
Which they went perfect. I would say they go perfect with the situation because Dr. O'Hara has this elegance about her.
It's just the accent.
It really is. Why do I always feel like English people are smarter just because of the way they speak? Well, certain English, because then there's, you know, as you go into different.
The Queen's English.
Yes, the Queen's
The Queen's English.
But Dr. O'Hara has this elegance about her.
And speaking of elegance, I noticed today that her lab coat has shoulder pads in it.
She is just
she is turning it out
At
at the hospital. She put like shoulder pads. They're like pointy.
She's so gaga.
Very gaga. Very like Balenciaga lab coat. I love her.
I mean, and we won't just say that just her accent brings you elegance. She does.
She does have an air of
That
elegance.
up.
What?
Can doctors really wear like skirts and heels?
Regular clothes?
Well, not even regular clothes. Like I can picture like black slacks or something of that nature.
But like a skirt?
A leopard skirt with
not a leopard skirt.
Well, like she was wearing some patterned skirt last week with some pumps. Like,
I mean, I'm sure they can.
yeah.
I don't see why not.
I feel like the heels might be a little dangerous to be walking around the hospital like that.
No.
Oh, okay. Hey, I mean,
as long as she's not working in the emergency room, which I guess she does.
yeah.
I don't know.
Well,
We'll have to go to an emergency room and see what people are dressed like. I mean, I guess in the emergency room, people are all wearing scrubs.
Right. Research and development. We're going to go to a hospital. And
Yeah. We'll do the show from a hospital.
Yes. Ooh.
That's good.
Although this would be a lot of electrical equipment to be bringing in there.
We'll just bring a tape recorder and then play it back.
No, guys, it's okay.
It's okay, guys. We'll do it in the waiting room with the triage nurses. I love them.
Hey, girls. And then all of a sudden, the girl, Lady Penelope and Taffy.
Lady Penelope and Taffy. I love their new names.
They demand that, they're not going to sit here and they're not going to be interviewed for this blog. So, of course, Zoe has to push the button again and asks, well, how do you guys feel about Kelly, the new nurse? Because everybody loves Kelly. And Jackie says, everybody doesn't love Kelly, which Zoe takes as, oh, so you don't like Kelly. Why don't you like Kelly? And Jackie kind of gets a little defensive about it, which sparks the drama between...
Understandably, though.
Why, though? What has Kelly done to Jackie?
He's annoying.
He is annoying, but
I mean, I guess he
well,
hasn't directly done anything.
Let's talk about the
to
situation
her.
with Kelly today.
Okay.
We see these 2 doped up female patients come in who are underage.
Teenagers.
Um,
Drunk teenagers.
were they drunk or
They were
were
wasted. Yeah, that's the beer.
Oh, right. That
Yeah.
was the beer.
He says they hit the bottle and then they hit the streets.
Oh, the PC.
And then she hit.
patient was the.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and then she hit the sidewalk.
Girls.
Girls, don't drink and go on the streets.
Don't-
If you're gonna drink, stay home.
So basically, Dr. Cooper goes in to take care of these 2 girls, and Cooper's going through this whole mess of a situation, which we'll get to in a second. But Kelly's in there and kind of takes the girls under his wing.
He's very flirty with them.
Yeah, it was.
I don't know if it's like he wants to like take them under his wing and like be like a nice like adult
I
and be
didn't
like,
get
I
that.
understand you. I understand what you're going through. But
At
it was
first, I thought that
more creepy, I feel like.
it was creepy.
Right? He's like
Yeah.
totally hitting on these 16-year-old girls and wanting to take advantage of them. It's very, very creepy.
Yeah, especially because when Cooper was in there, they were like, "You're sexy, you're hot, you're a hot doctor."
What do they call him?
And-
Doctor can cure anything with his looks, something like that.
Yes. And they want a doctor because what's it called?
Make
Wanna
money.
make money. But they want a nurse too because he's real.
I love it. Makes no sense.
So, wait, what happened after that with the nurse?
He is with the girls, and Dr. Coop decides to give them a bit of advice. And so he tells them, I wrote it down here. Give me a second. I'm looking for it. He says, things we love are illusions. And he's like, these shoes are illusions. This phone, it's fantastic. They're an illusion. But he is real. And he points to Kelly. And then shortly, Coop tells Kelly to go and do some blood work, I guess, on the girls, and take one of them up for an X-ray because she hit her head.
And for the most part, throughout the episode, we see Kelly just hanging out with these girls, and Jackie walks by at one point and
Laughing and smiling.
Well,
Not Jackie, Kelly.
well, not yet. What did Jackie say to Kelly?
She told him to go take care of the PCP patient.
Right, the PCP patient.
Yeah.
Because she was just. Was that right after she had snorted, or that was right after she was aggravated about something?
She went and she saw
Dr. O'Hara and Eddie.
Dr. O'Hara. Yeah, that's right. But I think that was after.
Yeah, that was after. Well, so Jackie walks by the patients, and she tells Kelly to go see the PCP patient, and to hurry up and step on it.
Because he's due fluids or something.
Yes, and all of a sudden Kelly whispered something to the girls, and the girls are dying laughing and looking at Nurse
That's
Jackie.
what happened. I was so confused. I think I missed that. I was like, why are they laughing?
And so that's when Jackie kind of to me, it was Jackie took it too deep. I don't think she should have been affected that much by that situation.
I think it's because she's on edge and she's out of her pills. And so she's taking everything super seriously because she's sort of going through withdrawal type symptoms, or she's very stressed out about the fact that she can't get her medication.
Right. And also that playing to that, Zoe earlier throughout in the day had brought up that Jackie would be a great AA counselor.
Yeah.
And that kind of, even though Jackie said it didn't bother her, she wouldn't know why that would bother her. You could see it really kind of.
Do you think it bothered her?
Yeah.
Really?
I think it did, because I think
she did give him some great words of advice.
Oh, absolutely.
To the other nurse, and she was very supportive of him and his feelings, and being I know you're sober now, but get your stuff together. You're a servant of the people.
So start serving.
I'd like a vodka tonic.
Thank you. So after this, now this starts the drama up between Kelly and Jackie.
Yes.
Zoe ends up eating lunch with Kelly, and Kelly offers her a sandwich, and they kind of.
She's like, no, I had lunch with the girls.
Yeah. And just that one line is like, let's start the gossip.
Or she tries. She tries to like be a gossip, but she's so horrible at it. So awful.
You know, she offers, what's his name? She
Kelly.
offers Kelly, says, hey, you know, I'm going to tell you from one newbie to the other.
Yes.
It's really important for you to get along with Jackie.
And he doesn't
Everybody
get it.
along with Jackie.
Yeah.
And, you know, he felt that they got along fine.
And then Jackie comes in. She's like, oh my God, I tried to be a gossip. Never mind, abort.
Yeah.
Jackie comes in.
And randomly starts getting, you know,
she gets on him.
She reprimanded him about, you know, flirting with these underage girls. Where Kelly kind of, you know, took offense to that. Like, what are you talking about?
Very hot-headed, I feel like, about the topic.
Well, it's okay.
He, like, freaked out.
He did, but did you feel... So you felt he was flirting?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Okay.
Of course, definitely. He's definitely being inappropriate with these girls.
Right, and so
which is why, for sure, he freaks out.
Right, and then at that situation, he makes the comment of, I'm not entertaining this. To the point of he kind of realizes, okay, this could be my excuse as far as Jackie clearly has a problem with me and I don't have to sit here and entertain what she's bringing to me.
Right.
So he goes into the men's bathroom and Jackie follows him in, and that was kind of like, girl, you took that a step too far. I didn't think she needed to go all the way in the bathroom to continue to reprimand him. And, you know, he made the comment, what are you high on?
Yeah. Yeah.
Ooh, another just
I
dig
know,
into
it's like a
Jackie.
dig. Such a dig. Because she is high.
At this moment, she is. Yeah, she is. And it's just interesting because we didn't really see what it is that's causing. Usually when she takes her pills or anything, she usually has a great day. You know, what is fully aggravating her? That's what I'm curious to know. Why her whole temperament was off-centered today. You know, we even saw Kevin, her husband, you know, last week he had found the pills, yelled at her, and they made up. So she should be in a good mood.
Or so we think.
Well, yeah, so we think. And, you know, he's talking to Carl, who we really don't know who he is.
No clue.
Sorry, we wish Aaron was here, but...
Yeah. I think he's Jackie's dad or something.
You think Jackie's dad? Because he was kind of talking down about Jackie.
It's her father. Maybe not. Who knows?
But he explains that he has these new...
We'll ask Aaron next week.
Yes, these new feelings of rage towards Jackie.
And an exit plan, he says.
Yes.
He has rage and an exit plan.
But he's never thought about ever leaving Jackie, and he doesn't see it as a realistic
solution for his problem. But I think it's interesting, like he says that he has a lot of rage towards her and he has an exit plan, but he chose her, and so he's going to stick with her. I find that very, very interesting.
Well,
I don't know why, but I do.
I mean, it's like you grow so much with somebody, and you have that strong relationship with them.
Also, at the same time, it's like there's only so much you can take when it comes to addiction.
Exactly. Yeah, that's very true. But I mean, at this point, he wants to believe she's
doing better.
You know. He doesn't know what we know.
That's very true.
I mean, last week he saw a coin. He's like, "Oh, shoot, 30 days. All right, girl."
Or maybe they're still having problems, and there's stuff that we're not seeing behind the scenes, and maybe that's what they need to show us that. But they need to let us know as an audience.
We can't talk about it if they're not showing it to us.
We need to know. We can't just speculate. I think they might still be having problems, though. I think he might want to believe her, but he doesn't fully believe her, and that might be the cause of her.
Well, if you were put in that situation, would you believe her? If you know that she can be a little bit manipulative, and she was supposed to have quit, and you found these pills.
That's tough.
You know,
it's really tough. I mean, at some point, you want to believe that the person that you love is taking the steps necessary to get better, but then at the same time, there's like the flip side where you've been there before,
right?
And do you decide this time that it's enough, or do you decide to ignore it? So who knows what's going on in his mind right
Yeah,
now.
they don't really give us a lot. It's it's really interesting since we've started watching. They really haven't touched upon they're really brief with the family. They
Yeah.
keep everything at
And
the
especially
hospital.
their relationship.
Right. Which we see. Jackie almost has more feelings towards another relationship, which is between O'Hara and Eddie.
Yeah.
We saw last week that they gave each other a hug and got in a cab together, and we don't know where they went. But this week, as Jackie had asked Kelly to go see the PCP patient, Dr. O'Hara had beat him to the punch and was taking off the restraints to the patient. Kelly walked in and, let her know, you should probably keep him tied up because he's a biter. O'Hara said, oh, no, he's sleeping. And Kelly, all right. Kelly walked away. And as soon as Kelly walked away, the patient woke up and did this, awkward push against the wall.
Shoved her. She went flying.
Now, to me, that kind of has to be a little expected working in a hospital.
Right.
I felt
And
she
you
was
would know as an ER doctor not to be stupid enough to take the restraints off.
right. And now, okay, it could have hurt. I totally buy that, but I felt it was a little dramatic how she took it. Now, I don't know if there's a backstory or if we're gonna learn a backstory from her.
Maybe she was beat as a child.
Right.
Or was in an
raped,
abusive
or
relationship, something like that.
of that nature.
Yeah.
Um,
That would make sense.
but she gets really shook, quiet. She goes and sees Eddie, and she's staring at all the pills.
Because Jackie tells her to go get something for the pain.
Right. So as she goes there, Eddie offers a couple different things, and she says, no, F it all. I don't want anything.
I'm going to live with it.
Right.
Which is very battered wife syndrome, I feel like.
no, yeah.
It is,
I'll
right?
just deal with the pain because
I'll just deal with it and live with my bruises.
So as that, Eddie, finds sympathy within this, and he gives her a hug, and they hug for a little moment, and Jackie walks by and notices and starts feeling ways, and this is where I was just Jackie.
Jackie's upset they're becoming friends.
But
Or maybe
I
she thinks
hate
something
seeing
else is
people-
going on.
No, that's what I think.
Yeah.
I hate seeing people in that jealous mode.
Yeah.
It's disgusting to me.
The green-eyed monster.
Yeah, and she, the scene when she goes in to see Eddie, and she's like, "Oh, gee, that PCP patient, really got my back hurting." Eddie makes the comment, "Maybe you should do Pilates," which was kind of, it was funny, and then at the time, the same time, it's really, Jack, you look like a crackhead. You look desperate.
You look
coming
very
in here.
strung out.
You're strung out.
Yeah.
You are searching the pills yourself, looking at them, talking about Dr. O'Hara, and then making this comment about needing something for the pain.
I know. If she was smart, she would have gotten something for a patient
Exactly.
and then just taken it herself.
But I don't know. I don't know where. I don't think it's anything serious between them. I think she's building it up in her head.
Oh, yeah, of course. She's delusional. But they are becoming at least friendly with each other.
Right.
There is some relationship is brewing there. Might not necessarily be romantic, but there's something going on.
Something else that's been brewing is Cooper.
Yeah.
Still going through this divorce with his mothers. He's just depressed.
It's taking forever.
Forever. He's brought all his childhood toys to his office.
Mm-hmm.
And at the beginning of the episode, Gloria walks in and
His head is on the desk.
looking through the dentist.
The diorama's window, yeah.
Yes. Gloria explains that his mother's called to explain the situation.
So sad.
And it's you're a grown man.
I
boy.
know. You're what, 36, 35? You are a grown-ass man.
And, Gloria explains, I'm not your mother. You don't need 3 mothers. Get over it.
And purge.
And purge. That's what she would do if she was him. So now he has this. I don't know what it is that he wants from Gloria, but this recognition from her. He comes back to her and, says, "I'm purging." Look, throws it away and wants a hug. Maybe sort of acceptance from her, or
I don't know. I think he wants to prove himself that he's able to do what he wants her to do, because they're still having like the run for chief.
Right. Oh,
so I think he wants, because we haven't gotten back to that and they haven't like
announced,
mentioned anything yet. So they're definitely still in the running for chief. And I think he wants to prove to her that, be like, look, I know I'm falling apart, but I can do what I'm told if I'm told it.
Right.
So look, I'm purging. I'm going to throw out my sock puppet. Now give me a hug.
And, he didn't follow through with it, because as soon as she says no.
He takes the sock puppet out of the trash. It's
And
a sad-looking sock puppet, too.
That was a dirty sock.
Dirty sock puppet.
So, Gloria don't play games at all.
Not with Coop.
Well, not with anyone really, but but I did like the scene of her and Thor and Lily Chung calling.
Lily Chung.
And Thor, who Gloria's like petrified of. Thor does this whole pretending to be her secretary and
Assistant secretary.
Excuse
Come on.
me. Happy Secretary Day. Pretending to be her assistant, and Gloria gives him a hug at the end because he got rid of Lily and Cooper gets jealous and whatnot.
Why was he even walking by? I was so confused by that.
It was convenient.
It was very convenient that he just happened to be walking by when she gave him a hug.
This is what going back. This is what bothered me with the situation with Jackie and Kelly.
Okay, tell me.
As Jackie went into the bathroom, she gets a phone call from Gracie.
Right.
Who
the second time she's in the bathroom.
Right, the second time. Now, what was she before that? What was she doing with the piece of paper?
Well, because she crushed her Valium on the piece of paper.
Oh, and she was rubbing
and she snorted, so there was like a little bit of residue. So she took the residue and rubbed it on her teeth, like a cokehead, which makes. I mean, I guess it sort of makes sense. You can snort anything, really, right?
Yeah, sure. So yeah, she does this, and she gets a phone call from Gracie, and Gracie basically apologizes,
for yelling at her in the morning.
What did you think Gracie was gonna say? Because so many things went through my head at that moment.
I had no idea. I was like, she stole like a friend's cell phone, borrowed, whatever. She stole a cell phone at school. She's a rebel. I don't know. I thought she was gonna tell her something that like she found her drugs or like something else is wrong. I don't know. My mind was like running a mile a minute, so I had no idea what was going on. I got very concerned.
And it was really sweet.
It was very sweet.
Explained that she knew that her mom was being nice for making the wings, and she appreciated it, and that she was just being mean. And I mean, not that I know the feeling of having a child, but I could imagine.
You don't?
Well, I can imagine being at work and just going through your day and just getting a call like that from your kid, and
it's very touching.
Very. And now this is the other thing,
especially for like an 11-year-old to call you, to man
call
up
you
and be like, look, I'm sorry that I hurt your feelings this morning. I know that you were just trying to help. It was very nice of you, and I liked them, but Christina's a saint. She still like digs it. She like turns the knife a little bit more. She's a saint. Stupid hoe. Just so you know, just FYI. I like the wings.
I love that you put saint and stupid hoe in the same.
Because that's how I would tell my mother. I'd be like, listen up, you stupid hoe.
Look, you dumb bitch. She's a saint.
She's a saint.
Now, this is the same thing that's happened the 3 past episodes. Something really touching with her family has happened.
Mm-hmm.
And rather
she
than
still
giving
does the drugs.
Well, yeah, but rather than giving a positive look on it, or have positive feelings afterwards, she goes into this slump. With the mitten, she took the pills over the mitten.
Right.
She left the mitten there. Last week, we see her family. Everyone's inside the house, and they're like smiling and laughing and cooking together, and Jackie's just sitting out there depressed, thinking about Eddie. It's like, and then this week, your daughter calls you, and you directly go out, you see Kelly, and you create this confrontation with him. I don't know. It's just it's
Her family is like definitely one of her triggers. It looks like.
I feel like she's gonna lose a lot this season.
Yeah, it looks like it because
it's
she
what it's
can't get
building.
her crap together. She, for some reason, every time her family is happy, she's incredibly unhappy.
And let's add some more trauma to Jackie's life, as at the end of her shift, she's walking out to
Oh my God.
go get her drugs,
To meet the drug dealer,
and she sees her drug dealer get hit by a Mack truck.
and the truck keeps going.
I mean,
Oh my God. He stopped in the road because one of the gargoyle heads fell. And then, which already was like a sign, like, get out of the road.
right. A demon is falling.
A
on
demon is falling. And then he gets hit by a truck, and the truck keeps going. And then they zoomed in on it.
you. And then Jackie just stops,
She just
turns,
stops.
and walks away.
She doesn't even call 911. Like, she wasn't even there.
And I mean, this
You're
is
like a trauma nurse. Shouldn't you, like, run to help him?
and it would. But
I mean, I guess she doesn't want to be seen with him, but, like,
well,
that's
yeah,
your job. Come on, lady.
she doesn't want to be seen with him, but then at the same time, it's like,
She does have somewhere to be.
well, she has somewhere to be, but I mean, like, who's gonna really say, "Oh, you guys had something to do with each other"? She could have
Right.
easily been walking down the street. But the only thing I will say is that the other nurse had seen her once before in
With
the
him.
diner with him.
Yeah.
So that would bring some.
Too many questions. Too many questions.
But Jackie did save the episode for me personally. At the end, they showed Gracie in her play,
Yeah.
and she got a little nervous, and Jackie wasn't there. And she was kind of fumbling up her lines because she was looking for her mother. And as soon as Jackie came in, Gracie continues her speech, remembers all the words. And
Which I find it so interesting that at the end of the episode, we find out that Christina the Astonishing is the patron saint of insanity and lunatics.
Yes. And I wrote down that she talked about how her days are like a shadow and her drink of choice is weeping.
Yeah.
And Jackie got teary-eyed in the back
It like
there.
touched her in a special place.
I wonder if Gracie actually... Gracie did choose this scene.
Yeah, Gracie chose it, but I don't know if... I wonder if she chose it, like, knowing what's going on with her mother.
Part of me feels like she does know something. I don't think she knows, obviously, the full extent of it, but that anger towards her mother...
There's a reason for it. Yeah,
exactly.
There is a reason for it.
So, I mean, that was pretty much the episode
Yeah.
for the most part.
There was something that I found very... There was like a small insight into Dr. Coop
Whoa.
when he was storing his toys with Zoe. And she's talking about his dollhouse, and he tells her it's not a dollhouse and that it's a diorama, and that he says, as a child, everything had to be perfect
Yes.
or I'd freak out, which sort of gives you like a small little like hint as to why he is the way he is. And I found that it was very indicative of the man he's become.
And I think it was placed at a perfect time for
Yeah.
his character right now.
Yeah, because everything's sort of falling apart and he's sort of giving up. He's not living that life anymore. Like he realizes finally that he can't be perfect, and he's not going to have like the perfect life that he wanted.
Right. Probably the wrong person to have said that to, Zoe.
To Zoe, because she's going to blog about it.
Blog about it, or it probably just went right over
her head.
But I mean, at least he got out. At least he's figuring himself out. So
Yeah,
that's
he's
most
growing up. He's becoming a man.
Oh, our little boy Cooper. All right, so we're going to cut to a quick commercial break. When we get back, we're going to talk about next week, which I'm so excited about.
Want to find out what the AfterBuzz is about?
Janice is a drama queen.
This is the divide that is going to carry the series.
Give us a call. 424-256-1729. 424-256-1729.
It's television, and they want it to be as dramatic as possible.
I mean, it's Shakespearean.
You never know what goes on behind closed doors.
Find out why AfterBuzz TV is the #1 source for after-show content.
Now, in the eyes of Jimmy, Nucky is a villain.
424-256-1729. 424-256-1729.
I mean, who would you guys rather hear that from? Your husband or your best friend?
The wig! The wig will come out.
When the TV show is over, get your AfterBuzz on.
Cue creepy music.
Where is it? Oh, there it is. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. I need that.
I need it in my life.
I do.
So-
Otherwise, I don't know what's going on.
Next week. Now, I wasn't really crazy about this episode tonight.
It was very slow moving. I do have to say that, and not a lot actually happened.
They did set up some.
They set up some
For next week,
great
which we're
stuff.
gonna,
Yeah, some really great stuff.
See, and I totally agree with you. I was kind of upset that they passed over the patch thing, but we see for
They
next
do
week
bring it back.
they do bring it back. Eddie yells at Kelly about bringing 40 of those patches up to wherever he was supposed to.
Being
bring them
told to bring 40 and only 30 showed up.
Yes.
So there was 10 missing.
Right.
And we know that she had one on last week. So there's still 9.
What like
Where are they? And then we do see her going into O'Hara's office and saying that she did something bad and she needs help. I mean,
Right.
who knows if it has anything to do with the patches or if it has to do with something else, but I want to know why she's not using them.
I want to know why she's not using them too. I definitely think it's about the patches because if you look at the situation, 2 people who can hold things against her.
Right. Who?
Kelly.
Uh-huh.
And Eddie.
And Eddie. Oh, yes. Oh, that's right. Because
So
of their
she-
previous relationship.
She needs somebody strong to be able to,
To vouch for her?
Yes.
That's true.
Also, I'm so excited because Cooper kind of wakes up as we spoke about this episode, and he's going to get involved with Facebook.
I think he's using Facebook as like an internet dating site
Yes.
as opposed to like joining an internet dating site because he did say in the preview that he like found this girl and she's going to be his wife.
She accepted
She
my
accepted
friend
his friend request. So he's trying to date. He's like getting himself out there and he's like moving on with his life. But I think he's going to be doing it the completely wrong way.
Yes.
Which, I mean, we were hoping that he was growing up after like seeing him in this episode, but like he's
Gradual
going from like a
steps.
child to like a teenager.
And that's a great. That's perfect. That's exactly what I think about him.
Yeah.
As a child, and now we are taking that next step. And normally, I would be mad that they would even be involving Facebook in a TV show, but I think this is a funny
what it
little
is, right?
plot for them.
Yeah. I mean, the phenomenon of Facebook is just taking over the world.
It is. It's a new community in which everyone must be a part of.
I know, right?
Unfortunately, we have to end tonight's
We're done.
episode. We're all over, but we're going to be right back with the United States of Terror.
Oh, yeah, come back and listen and watch, right?
Oh, yeah. Brow. All right, we'll be back.
From producers Kevin Undergaro and Phil Svitek, engineer DJ Jesse Janity, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. If you have questions or comments, be sure to buzz us at info@AfterBuzzTV.com. And you can find us on Facebook or follow us on Twitter by searching for AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.